Insurance is it's an industry that's been around for a long time, like banking. And it's an industry that exists to create certainty in a very uncertain world. So, customers that feel that they have risk of certain types from life insurance and provisioning for education, savings and investments over the long horizon, that's where insurance plays a key role in our markets today. It's really a customer-oriented industry, and what's interesting in insurance versus banking is that once you're a customer, our interests align very tightly versus banking. In banking, I just want to make more money off you. In insurance, I want you to live longer, healthier, not to get sick, because that's in my interest as well. I don't actually want to see you develop cancer and things like that. So I think these are very interesting times where that alignment of interest is going to start seeing the industry shift more from ensuring outcomes where you've discovered that you're sick or something and need treatment into preventative. Honestly, if you asked me a year ago, I would have firmly answered that they were very slow to adopt. But now you're seeing insurtech taking off in a way that's almost unprecedented in speed versus fintech. And I actually think the opportunity is much greater in insurance. It's an industry that's very staid, very steady, and has to be, because its horizons of support from a customer perspective are much longer than banks. So you want that stability, but at the same time you're seeing new technologies come to market which have really changed the entire cost and risk dynamics of the industry. So I think these are very interesting times to see how insurers transform. I think there's two ways of looking at it, and there was indeed the as I call him, the last intelligent president of the United States said, you can look at it in that there's impact on jobs in the negative sense, right? So if you look at it with that perspective, if you were to scale down human employment, there are real concerns about what that means in terms of job displacement. If you look at it a different way and you look at it in how you grow a business, it's really a force multiplier. Can you be more effective with the people you have to grow a much larger business? So it's, all of these things are always that matter of perspective. But from in the way that I look at it, I think that it's truly a disruptive technology in a way that we haven't seen before in history. Artificial intelligence is something that doesn't take away low-skilled jobs, it actually takes away high-skilled jobs as well. The thing that it doesn't do very well is deal with ambiguity. So you're more likely to replace a doctor than you are a nurse. You're more likely to replace an accountant than a physical sports trainer, of course. So, those demands and that creativity, AI is not creative per se. There are people trying to develop creative AIs, but it still hasn't quite crossed that barrier. But for repeatable outcomes, which is what you want from a medical outcome standpoint, you want, if you've got a certain disease and a certain condition, you want a repeatable outcome that's when you go in for treatment, you're going to expect that outcome. And the reality is today, it's not how we operate from a human perspective, because as humans, we make mistakes frequently. So it's a very interesting dynamic. But I think that as companies embrace artificial intelligence, we really need to think about that human element, and we need to think about whether we redeploy, reskill, retrain, or help people find jobs in other industries.